Kindly like, subscribe and comment to get daily updates. Ravi P. Agrawal Trustee. Ravi Agrawal Trust Promoter revoked 10.50 lakh shares of Ajanta Pharma worth 169.75 crore rupees via pledge released. ALOK Net Exports Limited revised. Promoter invoke 10.85 crore shares of ALOK Industries worth 0 rupees via invocation of pledged. Ashok BJIWRAJKA revised. Promoter invoke 1.48 crore shares of ALOK Industries worth 0 rupees via invocation of pledged. Ashok Realtors Private Limited revised. Promoter invoke 6.39 lakh shares of ALOK Industries worth 0 rupees via invocation of pledged. Dilip JIWRAJKA revised. Promoter invoke 10.04 lakh shares of ALOK Industries worth 0 rupees via invocation of pledged. Pramila DJIWRAJKA revised. Promoter invoke 8.57 lakh shares of ALOK Industries worth 0 rupees via invocation of pledged. Surendra B. JIWRAJKA KH Gopal revised. Promoter invoke 86.91 lakh shares of ALOK Industries worth 0 rupees via invocation of pledged. Surendra B. JIWRAJKA revised. Promoter invoke 13.57 lakh shares of ALOK Industries worth 0 rupees via invocation of pledged. Ramesh Sherkar, designated person, disposed 500 shares of Avenue Supermarts worth 11 lakh rupees via a market sale. Riya Agarwal, promoter, acquired 56.62 thousand shares of BLS International Services worth 36.60 lakh rupees via market purchase. Shri Kurush Irani, designated person, acquired 5.00 thousand shares of Bajaj Finance worth 22.41 lakh rupees via EICHER. Shri Kurush Irani, designated person, disposed 1.50 thousand shares of Bajaj Finance worth 51.11 lakh rupees via a market sale. The Hindustan Times, promoter, acquired 90.00 thousand shares of CHAMBAL Fertilizers and Chemicals worth 1.38 crore rupees via market purchase. Finer Pipla Chemicals, promoter group, acquired 981 shares of CHEMBOND Chemicals worth 1.55 lakh rupees via market purchase. Archana Vadva, connected person, acquired 12.50 thousand shares of Capital Trade Links worth 46.26 thousand rupees via market purchase. Significati Solutions Private, connected person, acquired 21.00 thousand shares of Capital Trade Links worth 79.01 thousand rupees via market purchase. Harkavat Singh revised. Employ pledged 11.00 thousand shares of DABUR India worth 48.88 lakh rupees via creation of pledged. Madhusudana Rao DV, promoter group, disposed 2.00 thousand shares of DV's Laboratories worth 63.31 lakh rupees via a market sale. Nimmagadda Venkat Anirudh, employ, disposed 20.00 thousand shares of DV's Laboratories worth 6.27 crore rupees via a market sale. Dashrath Bhari Patel Huff revised, promoter, disposed 50.00 thousand shares of DYNEMIC products worth 1.11 crore rupees via a market sale. Palak D. Patel revised, promoter, disposed 50.00 thousand shares of DYNEMIC products worth 1.13 crore rupees via a market sale. Geeta Vaswani, promoter group, disposed 490 shares of Dixon Technologies, India, worth 39.83 lakh rupees via a market sale. Dr. Lal PathLabs Employee Welfare Trust, disposed 1.53 thousand shares of Dr. Lal PathLabs worth 15.29 thousand rupees via EICHER. Pankaj Sharma, employee, acquired 561 shares of Dr. Lal PathLabs worth 5.61 thousand rupees via EICHER. Shalib Malik, employee, acquired 561 shares of Dr. Lal PathLabs worth 5.61 thousand rupees via EICHER. Shankar Banerjee, employee, acquired 150 shares of Dr. Lal PathLabs worth 1.50 thousand rupees via EICHER. Shankar Banerjee, employee, disposed 1000 shares of Dr. Lal PathLabs worth 18.48 lakh rupees via a market sale. Anuj Bansal, employee, acquired 700 shares of EICHER Motors worth 1.10 crore rupees via EICHER. B. Govindarajan, employee, acquired 4.00 thousand shares of EICHER Motors worth 5.92 crore rupees via EICHER. G. Ravi Kumar, employee, acquired 300 shares of EICHER Motors worth 44.42 lakh rupees via EICHER. Lalit Malik, employee, acquired 4.00 thousand shares of EICHER Motors worth 5.92 crore rupees via EICHER. Minahar Kapoor, employee, acquired 700 shares of EICHER Motors worth 1.04 crore rupees via EICHER. N. Chokalingam, employee, acquired 300 shares of EICHER Motors worth 44.42 lakh rupees via EICHER. Pradeep Matthew A., employee, acquired 700 shares of EICHER Motors worth 1.04 crore rupees via EICHER. Sudhakar Ananda BHAGAVATULA, employee, acquired 450 shares of EICHER Motors worth 38.15 lakh rupees via EICHER. Syed Salim SAVEEN, employee, acquired 600 shares of EICHER Motors worth 88.84 lakh rupees via EICHER. T. Arulananda Prabhu, employee, acquired 300 shares of EICHER Motors worth 44.42 lakh rupees via EICHER. Vinod Kumar Desri, director, acquired 5.00 thousand shares of EICHER Motors worth 50,000 rupees via EICHER. Bhanu Vyapar Private Limited, promoter group, revoked 13.35 thousand shares of EMAMI worth 43.71 lakh rupees via pledge released. Davakar VINIYOG Private Limited, promoter group, revoked 6.04 lakh shares of EMAMI worth 19.92 crore rupees via pledge released. Suraj VINIYOG Private Limited, promoter group, revoked 1.50 thousand shares of EMAMI worth 4.91 lakh rupees via pledge released. Ganpati Vishwanathan, director, acquired 64.89 thousand shares of GENESYS International Corporation worth 25.73 lakh rupees via market purchase. GRAVITA Employee Welfare Trust, acquired 13.50 thousand shares of GRAVITA India worth 7.35 lakh rupees via market purchase. INTOLCAST Private Limited, promoter group, acquired 315 shares of Gujarat INTRUX worth 25.20 thousand rupees via market purchase. Ronson Traders Limited, promoter group, acquired 2.00 thousand shares of Ganges Securities worth 68.30 thousand rupees via market purchase. Vinay Vattal, designated person, disposed 7.50 thousand shares of Godrej Agrovet worth 35.83 lakh rupees via a market sale. Dipali Sheth, designated person, acquired 2.50 thousand shares of HDFC Asset Management Company worth 16.73 lakh rupees via EICHER. Krishan Kumar Daga, designated person, disposed 5.85 thousand shares of HDFC Asset Management Company worth 1.38 crore rupees via market sale. Manisha, designated person, disposed 1.50 thousand shares of HDFC Asset Management Company worth 35.42 lakh rupees via market sale. John Bobby, designated person, disposed 800 shares of Housing Development Finance Corp. worth 14.63 lakh rupees via a market sale. Mittal Rajiv, designated person, disposed 2.50 thousand shares of Housing Development Finance Corp. worth 45.30 lakh rupees via a market sale. SANKARANAREYANR, designated person, disposed 2.00 thousand shares of Housing Development Finance Corp. worth 36.08 lakh rupees via a market sale. Madhup Agrawal, designated person, disposed 1.71 thousand shares of IndiaMART InterMESH worth 51.76 lakh rupees via a market sale. Rajkamal Sharma, designated person, acquired 456 shares of IndiaMART InterMESH worth 45.60 thousand rupees via EICHER. Rajkamal Sharma, designated person, disposed 456 shares of IndiaMART InterMESH worth 13.69 lakh rupees via market sale. Ankur Jain, employee's immediate relative, disposed 2.10 thousand shares of Intellect Design Arena worth 4.06 lakh rupees via a market sale. Jyoti IAS Murthy, employee's immediate relative, disposed 750 shares of Intellect Design Arena worth 1.46 lakh rupees via a market sale. Soumya Srinivasan, designated person, disposed 1.90 thousand shares of Intellect Design Arena worth 3.67 lakh rupees via a market sale. Pradeep Singh Johar, promoter, acquired 1.81 lakh shares of JAMNA Auto Industries worth 71.46 lakh rupees via market purchase. Danta Enterprises Private, promoter group, pledged 21.00 lakh shares of JSW Steel worth 53.25 crore rupees via creation of pledged JSW Steel Employees Welfare Trust EICHER Plan 2016 AC. Other, disposed 41.10 thousand shares of JSW Steel worth 1.05 crore rupees via a market sale. S. Rajiv Rangasamy, promoter group, disposed 20.00 thousand shares of K.C.P worth 12.52 lakh rupees via a market sale. Summit Securities, promoter group, acquired 65.99 thousand shares of KEC International worth 2.03 crore rupees via market purchase. Virat Diwanji, employee, disposed 1.30 thousand shares of Kotak Mahindra Bank worth 17.70 lakh rupees via a market sale. KPIT Technologies Employees Welfare Trust. Other, disposed 2.20 thousand shares of KPIT Technologies worth 98.91 thousand rupees via EICHER. KPIT Technologies Employees Welfare Trust. Other, disposed 11.90 thousand shares of KPIT Technologies worth 9.24 lakh rupees via a market sale. Keshav, Director, disposed 1.51 thousand shares of L&T Technology Services worth 24.30 lakh rupees via a market sale. VRAJVIRDHAN, promoter and director, disposed 65.00 thousand shares of LGBALAKRISHNAN and BROS, worth 1.50 crore rupees via market sale. Abhyut K. Kumar, promoter group, disposed 35.00 thousand shares of Mindtree worth 3.98 crore rupees via a market sale. Akila Krishna Kumar, promoter group, disposed 33.17 thousand shares of Mindtree worth 3.81 crore rupees via a market sale. Krishna Kumar N, promoter, disposed 10.00 thousand shares of Mindtree worth 1.15 crore rupees via a market sale. Siddharth Krishna Kumar, promoter group, disposed 20.00 thousand shares of Mindtree worth 2.29 crore rupees via a market sale. Narendra Vishwambarunath Arora, designated person, acquired 1.13 thousand shares of Piramal Enterprises worth 16.60 lakh rupees via EICHER. Narendra Vishwambarunath Arora, designated person, disposed 1.13 thousand shares of Piramal Enterprises worth 16.60 lakh rupees via EICHER. Piramal Enterprises Senior Employees Welfare Trust. Other, disposed 1.13 thousand shares of Piramal Enterprises worth 16.60 lakh rupees via EICHER. Bharati Bangur, Promoter Group, acquired 1.63 lakh shares of Surya Roshni worth 2.67 crore rupees via gift. Jayaprakash Agrawal, Promoter, disposed 3.27 lakh shares of Surya Roshni worth 5.35 crore rupees via gift. Pooj Surya, Promoter Group, acquired 1.63 lakh shares of Surya Roshni worth 2.67 crore rupees via gift. Bioscope Cinemas Private, Promoter, invoked 2.99 crore shares of City Networks worth 5.39 crore rupees via invocation of pledged. Digital Satellite Holdings Private, Promoter, invoke 5.50 crore shares of City Networks worth 9.90 crore rupees via invocation of pledged. Digital Satellite Media and Broadband Private, Promoter, invoke 4.08 crore shares of City Networks worth 7.34 crore rupees via invocation of pledged. Minaska Fashions LLP, Promoter, invoke 1.90 crore shares of City Networks worth 3.41 crore rupees via invocation of pledged. Karuna Business Solutions LLP, Promoter Group, disposed 7.00 lakh shares of Solar Active Pharma Sciences worth 7 crore rupees via INTRUX. Transfer. Nirmal Bhogilal, Director, acquired 6.00 thousand shares of Solar Active Pharma Sciences worth 55.60 lakh rupees via market purchase. PRONOMZ Ventures LLP, Promoter Group, disposed 10.00 lakh shares of Solar Active Pharma Sciences worth 10 crore rupees via INTRUX. Transfer. SRJR Enterprise LLP, Promoter Group, acquired 17.00 lakh shares of Solar Active Pharma Sciences worth 17 crore rupees via INTRUX. Transfer. A. Velumani Huff, Promoter Group, acquired 13.71 thousand shares of KPIT Technologies worth 95.86 lakh rupees via market purchase. Mr. Kalyan Kumar Paul, designated person, disposed 42.96 thousand shares of Tube Investments of India worth 2.45 crore rupees via a market sale. VIP Industries, Promoter Group, acquired 30.63 thousand shares of VIPPYSPINPRO worth 10.25 lakh rupees via market purchase. Mohit Bilal, designated person, disposed 2.00 thousand shares of Wipro worth 5.68 lakh rupees via a market sale.